stunning looks than swift.
Babar Azam's second highest ODI score and Iftikhar Ahmed's maiden ODI 100 are the standout performances of the first 50 overs of Asia Cup 2023. Nepal had their moments, 2 for 25 at one stage, 4 for 124 at the others, but better teams and bowling attacks have been at the receiving end of a Babar Azam masterclass. We look back at what was a key and defining partnership, the fifth wicket for 214 runs that gives Pakistan a significant first innings score. On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Matchday, powered by JBL. Wasim Jaffer in studio with me. We'll hear from Urooj Mumtaz shortly. 370 is what Mr. Jaffer said before we left our viewers at the start of the innings. And if they would have just batted 2 or 3 overs better, Wasim, you would have got there. But you'd be happy if you're Pakistan with 342.
Oh, without a doubt. I think the first 25-30 overs Nepal did well to control them. Took two, three really good wickets, two very good run out chances also. But I thought Babar Azam and Iftikhar in the end, they knew that the Nepal bowlers will lose the steam after 30 overs. They knew, they got to have that fourth or fifth bowler and they cash it on. They batted brilliantly.
All right, yeah, I guess, Urooj, this is perhaps at the top of the show. I'd like to say that we're looking at T20 cricket, look at ODI cricket. Wasim says they played well, had their moments in the first 20, 30 overs, then the game changed completely. So let's start with that partnership. Iftikhar and Babar turned things around, didn't it?
Oh, fantastic partnership. And I think we all know what we get from Babar Azam all the time. He's a class act. He knows how to structure his innings and he knows how to pace it as well. More importantly, we saw his stats once he gets past 50, his strike rate jumps to just 100, under 120. In the last 10 overs, he strikes them way over 145. But that was always a given. It's what Iftikhar did, which adds so much more powerfulness to that striking ability that Pakistan have in the middle. I think that partnership you mentioned, 214, is what took them to way past, short of Wasim's score, but closer to my prediction, 342.
Well done. I was going to give you credit for it. Don't worry. Yeah. So Urooj Mumtaz said 330. So she's closer. She wins the first bout of what should be a long round of contests on the show itself. But I like that Urooj brings up the Iftikhar innings. So let's go deeper into that. I'll get Wasim's thoughts too. A maiden ODI 100. He's given himself a bit of a pre-birthday gift. He turns 33 next week. Young man still, Iftikhar Ahmed, Urooj. Perhaps he's enjoyed his time under the sun. He looks like a senior statesman. But that kind of innings is something that you want. It's a quintessential number 6 ODI batter's innings, that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for starters, I guess let's not discuss age. 32 and still looking very young. But I think he's done himself and the team very proud. He had a good score of 90 odd against New Zealand. He's been around a long time in domestic and in the Pakistan circuit, but hasn't been around the ODI team for very long. So for him to do what he did today, and the factor that Iftikhar brings is he's very good against pace. He bats deep in his crease and he's always looking to hit the ball straight or probably through mid-wicket and opens up the leg side. His plus point is also that he's very good against a spin. What I did like about his innings today, he was proactive from the get-go, because I think by the time he came, Pakistan had played more than half the overs already gone in dot ball percentage. Over 50 were dot balls. And that's what Pakistan's problem is, that when we lose a couple of wickets up front, our batters go into our shell. Babar bats the way he does, but we need someone proactive on the other end, and that's exactly what Iftikhar did today.
Yeah, it's a fair point. What for you, Wasim, stands out about that Iftikhar innings? Without that, we're looking at a different number of possibilities as to where this innings could have ended for Pakistan.
Well, I think his spot has been, under scanner. A lot of people were, they put him under pressure. He's not played consistently in the other formats also, but I think he's a quality player. We've seen that whenever Pakistan was under pressure, he's produced performances against good teams also. And like Urooj said, when things were stuck at one moment, he took the game on. And he does that. Irrespective of what the scoreboard is saying and what's the Pakistan innings, he backs his shots. And that's what you need from somebody who's coming at 5, 6, 7 to play their game, take the attack to the opposition, and he does that. He's experienced, he's played enough, and that goes on to show. Even though it's against Nepal, but it's a quality now.
I like that you say that at the end. Urooj, how do you contextualize the thought that a lot of fans would say, oh, this is just Nepal, and that would be the impression. Can Iftikhar do it against big teams? We've seen him play a fine innings against India in the T20 format, but what do you say to those fans who say, oh, it's only 100 against Nepal?
Yeah, I was gonna say, just prior to this, the T20 World Cup is Iftikhar primarily who dug Pakistan out of trouble when the top order was consistently failing. So yes, again, you can put it into context. It's against Nepal, but don't forget, it is the Asia Cup. No team to be taken lightly, and runs are runs. And irrespective of the debate, I think for Pakistan, it sets him up in good stead in terms of form and provides that middle order powerful balance that they were looking for.
All right, well, Iftikhar, if you're trying to tick boxes one by one as you build towards the World Cup, you know that this is certainly something that you'd like to start the tournament with. So well done to Iftikhar, who in his pre-match chat, or rather mid-innings chat with Deep Dasgupta just a few minutes back, was reflecting on the innings and was also reflecting on his partner Babar Azam, and he has ended the debate once and for all. He says Babar is the world's #1 player right now. We will not get reactions on that for the time being, but we will move to Babar Azam. Nothing that we didn't expect, Wasim. I guess you just have to take your chance when it comes to you when you're playing Babar. Otherwise, it never looks like he's going to put a foot wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he's a quality player, and goes without saying, world #1. And when he gets going, on wickets like this, I mean, he's a quality player. So it's hard to dislodge him. He plays well against pace, plays well against spin, has his shots, he backs those places, and he plays like Urooj said, he plays in his own way, irrespective of what's happening. And once he gets going, he gets hundreds, big hundreds, and exactly what Pakistan needed. They were in a spot of bother. I won't say in a spot of bother, but they lost a wicket, couple of runouts. But that partnership just took them away.
Yeah, he has his moments where you think, oh, is Babar Azam just losing it a bit, Urooj, where he gets angry. He was livid at Mohammad Rizwan's run out. Every time Iftikhar turned down a second, you could see Babar sort of express himself. That somehow never comes in the way of the calmness with which the innings goes on for Babar, does it?
Yeah, very rarely will you see him animated. I think I once asked him, like, do you ever scold these players for something? And he's like, somebody told me that he just gives us the stare every now and then, because very rarely you see him animated. So, but what I do like is that ever since he's become captain, his batting has matured even more, and he does get frustrated at the little bits of mistake. I thought Rizwan was poor with the run out. And Iftikhar was not as long in the field as Babar was, but yet Babar was looking for trying to convert those ones into twos. And like you said earlier, I think when Babar gives you a chance, even if it's half a chance, you grab it, because of the quality of the man, he's always looking to score those big runs. And the longer he stays, the more dangerous he becomes, as he showed again today.
Yeah, yep, very good from Babar Azam. Is that just the normal reaction now, that these runouts just keep happening to Rizwan?
I mean, today, you saw a picture of Grant Bradburn and Mickey Arthur. I think they were disgusted. Fair to say, I might pick up a bit of slack for this, but it was surely poor. And even, I don't think he was trying to save himself. I think he was already past the bowler at that point. So I don't know what he was trying to do. But rookie error, and sometimes they cost you in the big matches. And I think that's where Rizwan needs to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah. Coachman yourself, if you put your coaching hat on and you see that from one of your key batters, which kind of opens the game, 120 for 4 or 111 for 3 at that stage. What words are you saying, are you receiving Mohammad Rizwan with in the dressing room?
Obviously not, something nice that I would say. But one technical thing is obviously, the batters need to wear helmets, I would say. If he was wearing the helmet, he won't be scared to, run because that ball would have come around shoulder height or whatever, so he won't be scared.
Interesting point. Yeah.
So, he would have been dragging that bat if he got the helmet on. It's only the reason that, he wanted to avoid the ball and he didn't drag his bat. So, that's one thing I'll keep telling my under-19 boys in Bangladesh, that irrespective, it takes your concentration away. Your vision sometimes, in the cap becomes a lot bigger. When you're batting with the helmet, your vision is a lot smaller and you're focusing on that ball more. So those technical things.
All right, fair enough. Let's talk about Nepal, shall we? What is their first innings report card like? And they did have their moments. Karan Casey was very good with the new ball, troubled Fakhar Zaman. We'll come to that in a moment. But we saw the mixed bag in the field. Some excellent ground fielding, catching, hit and miss. Your assessment of Nepal, what did they take from this?
Yeah, I think they did well with those 2 runouts, especially the first one. Imam Ulak, I thought Imam, when he gets going, he gets hundreds. That was a good wicket. Rizwan, as we said, it was a poor one, but still to hit the direct hit. But other than that, I thought they needed to tidy up a lot more. In the fielding department has to improve. The bowling that we've spoken about, that first 25, 30 overs, they were on it. Their fast bowlers started really well. I thought they bowled really well at the first 8, 9 overs. Lamichane, I thought he could have bowled better. He was a little short. Their left-arm spinner, Rajbanshi, I thought he bowled well at times. But after that, after the 30 overs, because you introduce your fifth bowler, you introduce your sixth bowler, and that's where they lacked. And that's where those two guys, took them on.
Yeah, Rajbanshi, the most economical bowler, none for 48 of his 10. Urooj, thoughts on Nepal?
Yeah, I think I completely agree with Wasim, especially when you're the associate or the relatively inexperienced side. There will become a time it's 38 degrees in Multan. They would have been out in the field for a very long time. And once that partnership between Babar and Iftikhar got going, any margins of error were so minute that they were going to get belted all around the park. So I thought for the chunk of the innings, they bowled well. Even some of the last 10 over deliveries, every time they did get hit for a boundary, some of the bowlers did come back strongly. Sandeep, with all his experience, probably again, like Wasim said, was short. And Pakistan did take the attack to him. So I think the left arm spinner was probably, like you said, the pick of the bowlers. But again, I still think huge congratulations to Nepal for still the effort that they did put up today.
129 runs in the last 10 overs for 2 wickets. That was pretty much carnage from Iftikhar and Babar Azam. But let's not be too critical of Nepal. They'll have their moments. Now, can they have a fight to put out for with bat? They're going to be playing under lights, which I guess poses a different challenge. What would you tell Nepal? It's a tough challenge. We expect Pakistan to win this and win this easy. What would you like to see from them, though, as they bat for the first time in an Asia Cup?
I think show a bit of fight, show a bit of courage. They'll be up against 3 quality bowlers along with Shadab. So it won't be easy, but to show fight, show courage, and if somebody gets going, try and get to 50, 60, 70 if they can. Bat long in the innings, set a target probably to get 250 or around that target. I think they would be really happy if they reach around 250.
Urooj, thoughts on how things might change second innings under lights?
Well, under lights and Shaheen Shafidi for the new ball, I think that'll be Nepal's first challenge. I am pretty sure there'll be some jitters in the 1, 2, 3, 4 batters to come out because it just gets relentless, right? So it's Shaheen followed by Naseem and then Haris Rauf. So I think for Nepal, play the game in phases. I think rather than targeting 342 from the outset, probably look at how the power play goes, how they tackle Naseem and Shaheen up front, and then probably try and take to their strengths whichever batter does come in. And any achievement, anything past 200 score should, I think, for them should be a good start.
All right, yeah, let's see. Small targets then for Nepal. Baby steps. Let's see if they can get past 200 or at least get a partnership stitched together. This is a team that you shouldn't take lightly. Saw a bit of them in the qualifiers in Zimbabwe. Even if they lose their top order, Dipendra Ayuru is supposed to be their star batter, comes in at 7, 8, at times even later, and they just hang in there. So they just annoy the opposition. Let's see how close they get to 3-4-2. But I guess Wasim Jaffer and Urooj Mumtaz are both quite confident. Pakistan to get the job done. Easily.
Oh yeah, easy.
Easy?
It's about how many runs they win with and how many overs they'll probably bowl them out with. Other than that, Nepal too. I would like Urooj said, 200 plus.
Yeah.
Get a batter. Don't lose wickets in succession. Will give them confidence.
Nice and easy then, Urooj?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this should be nice and easy.
All right, yeah, Pakistan fans and players have been very careful when they've said these things, but yeah, we back this team to get the job done. They've done the first bit and they've done it well, courtesy of Iftikhar and Babar Azam. Now it's for their strength, their fast bowlers, to finish the job and pick up their first points. We pick up the conversation for post-match analysis at the end of the game. Join us then on Maruti Suzuki Arena Presents ESPN Cricket for Matchday, powered by JBL, and do download the mobile app. It'll have you covered with everything that's happening in the Asia Cup and from the world of cricket. We'll see you at the end of the game.
Stunning looks, then swift.
Make sure you download the ESPN Cricket Info app to stay updated with the very latest from the world of cricket.